Once again, the winning ticket in the Christia Condiarwaha half-time draw is number 0.
Okay, and welcome back to the Team at Armagh Junior Football Championship final here at the Athletic Grounds in Armagh, where the news is at half-time Annaghmore lead Clonmore by 6 points to 1, but do so with a man sent off and facing the prospect of going into the second half with 14 men. Brenton, you would think that Clonmore would want to get out of the traps fairly quickly here?
Well, they'll be looking for a few scores in the early period of the second half, but what I'm noting very clearly is that they're starting this second half with 7 defenders, so they're wanting to remain in touch at this stage, as opposed to maybe taking a chance and getting a few early scores on the board.
Yes, Annaghmore had the man sent off, Kieran McKeever, with 10 minutes to go to half time, and really you'd have to say it has made no impact thus far, Brenton.
No, Clonmore haven't been able to pierce the strong defensive setup that Annaghmore had put in place from the outside of this game, only scoring once in that opening 30 minutes, and that through their full forward Cormac Carmichael, who they'll be hoping for a lot more success from in the second period. And
just in the opening minutes here, we have a free kick from Shane Smith to increase the lead further. And that looks good. Yes, the umpire raised the flag, so great start from Annaghmore and increased the lead to 7 points, leading on a score, 6 points by 7 points to 1.
Remember a great score at the start of the second half last week for Tiernan, which opened up a 5-point gap at that time, but they only registered 1 point in the remainder of the game, so that'll be a key learning point for Annaghmore after that first score of the second period.
And interesting there, Owen McCormick was shaping to take the free, but passed it on to Shane Smith, so maybe just a wee bit outside his range.
But a tremendous finish from Smith, obviously known for his forward exploits as a younger player.
This is the captain of Clonmore, James Grimley, but that's gone wide, very badly wide, so
looking for an immediate response, but unfortunately the accuracy was lacking there again. Just maybe snapping at the ball from a wee bit too far out.
Yeah, certainly Clonmore haven't shown any prolificity whatsoever, but you have to give credit to the Annaghmore defence of being very tight marking, very hard working, restricting space, and invariably causing the Clonmore forwards to shoot under pressure, Brenton.
For sure. And let's see if Clonmore can get the ball right back down here again. We need a response, both for the game and for the Clonmore men to inspire them on to greater things in the second half. A goal would be a brilliant fill-up for Clonmore if they could manage it.
It's Michael McCabe and McQuaid to Shane Smith, and back to McQuaid. McQuaid, along with his brother Daniels, had a sterling first half. Shea Reevy. Reevy's shot blocked, her intended pass blocked, and it's Keelan Cunningham, the Clonmore substitute, who come on just before half time.
Cormac Carmichael there, you can see
very
deep
deep
in his own half. That's not really where he wants to be, and especially not over carrying the ball like that.
And things looking good here for Annaghmore, Brenton. As I said, I suppose the most indicting part of the performance from Clonmore is that the loss of the man has not had any adverse impact whatsoever.
Not at all. Indeed, you can see Annaghmore growing of stature here as the second half continues. Although that can change very quickly.
It's picked up by Daniel McQuaid, and that looked like a hefty challenge, but the referee allows advantage to go ahead. And it's the full-back Stephen McConville moving forward, picked up again by Daniel McQuaid. Play just getting a wee bit scrappy there, and I think the referee's looking for the book.
Referee, it looked as though he wanted to have a word with the number 14, I thought, for a second there, Carmichael. I thought he was pointing at him, but no, it's another man. He's got pulled towards him.
Yes, John Grimley. Looks like he's about to receive a card. Yellow card for John Grimley. So again, has to be particularly careful. And another opportunity here for Shane Smith from more or less the same position where he scored from a moment ago.
Not just as accurate this time from Smith.
Shane Smith, of course, a member of the Armagh Sam Maguire winning squad in 2002. And if I remember correctly, Shane's father actually managed Down for a season back in the 80s, Sean Smith. Couldn't have been too many Armagh men had that privilege. So it's Stephen Donaghy with a kick out for Clonmore. Into a very congested forward line. It's picked up by James Grimley, the captain. Again, very deep. And that's straight into the arms of a Patrick McQuaid, again, Patrick, like his brothers in midfield, has had a sound game so far.
Again, those passes being intercepted there.
Looked like a foul out by Paul O'Donnell, but gets away with it. And it's Daniel McQuaid moving forward. Bit of a wayward pass. It's all very congested down there, Brenton.
It's tough in the middle there, and not great fluency just at the moment from either side.
And James Fox in a rare bit of space for Clonmore. Chance to build an attack. Now they definitely will want to register score here fairly quickly. But that's brilliantly intercepted by the Annaghmore defence. Just takes his time.
And if you look at that, Tony, would you really think that Annaghmore are the team of 14 men whenever you see many men in red are back behind the ball there?
No, they've strategic as Brenton Donaghy winning the ball. They've definitely dealt with the blow of losing a man very well and covered the tracks very well. So all tribute to their sideline team, Brenton.
The referee seems as though he wants to have a word with number 14, Oisin McKeever. Oh, it's not. It's number 12,
Matthew Willis.
Pulled aside.
So perhaps another yellow card. Just a tick, it looks like, is it? No yellow card produced.
Pulled that one out of the side there. It was like a deck of cards there, Tony.
Making us wait. So Brenton Donaghy now with the free kicks. Now surely if anyone can rally Clonmore, it's Donaghy, their county star. But again, look at the marking of the Annaghmore defence. Practically every man apart from one forward behind the ball here.
And not much space being created there by the Clonmore men. Although there's a man in space now, but is he making his way towards the referee? Yeah, the referee wants to have a chat.
It's just getting a wee bit fractious at the moment, and that's not what we want to see because it.
Oh, yellow card this time.
Number 11, Paul O'Donnell, who has probably been Clonmore's most energetic performer to date, certainly in the forward line in terms of being on the ball.
They don't want to clock up too many of these yellow cards either, Tony. They could find themselves down to 14 as well.
Graham Convery, a first half substitute. But once again, there's actually 3 Annaghmore men there ready to sweep up. Shane Smith a wee bit wayward, but picked up by his colleague. And that looked like an accidental clash there. I think the referee has awarded the free to Annaghmore.
Yeah, it looks like more an accidental clash than anything else, but the free awarded, and there'll just be a bit of time used up here just to allow a bit of treatment, any sort of an injury to the head.
It's still too comfortable for Annaghmore, Brenton, isn't it, from Clonmore's perspective? Well,
you would like to see Clonmore threatening to register score, but even at this stage of the second period, I'm not sure. How many minutes are we into the second half now? We're 6 minutes in and no threat of a score, and that'll be the most alarming factor for Clonmore this time.
Yep. Yeah, it's all going according to plan for Annaghmore, but that's James Grimley, and James took a very hefty challenge there, and the last thing Annaghmore will want to do now is lose another man, because facing over 20 minutes in a championship final with 13 men is certainly not what you want to be. Oh, it's just turning a wee bit.
Oh, what was that?
Nasty there, Patrick McQuaid getting unnecessarily involved. But
that's it there, and it looks as though the linesman on the far side, Jimmy McKee, observed something there. And there's a red card there for. This is turning to be quite a moment of the game here. We could see 2 men sent off here in moments. But number 7 there went off. Oh my God, it's turned into one hell of an interesting game, and what's going to happen here? This is going to be a really, really interesting, big decision to be made here now.
You would have thought the priority for Annaghmore at half time with the lead and playing comfortably with the lead would be to maintain the discipline, but that's 2 men sent off, and that is going to be a serious blow.
And another man looking so he could go into the book here, and that's Patrick McQuaid. Let's see if this is a yellow then, Tony.
So just a rarity hit now. Annaghmore have had their second player played off, and they face the prospect now of playing over 20 minutes of this year's team at Armagh Junior Championship final with 13 men. It's getting a wee bit like shades of 1983 here, Brenton.
Well, indeed, but what we have to see on this occasion, we have to see now Clonmore push up the field. Oh, another off the ball incident there.
This is not what we want to see.
Don't know what happened there, but the referee is looking for assistance, and he's going to have a word with Desi McDonald, one of his trusted linesmen here.
Yeah, the game has been played in good spirit. We don't really want to see that. It's not necessary. Basically, Clonmore need to be getting back into the game and not.
And the referee looks as though he's taking his book out. And this could be This could be Clonmore going down to 14 here, and let's see what happens. Yeah, it's O'Donnell. He has been booked previously. And it's a yellow, and it's a second red.
So it's Paul O'Donnell
Yes, there's the red coming out now.
for the long walk. So that's 2 Annaghmore players sent off and 1 for Clonmore. Now I think both sides really just need to get back and get the discipline going again.
It's crazy number of minutes there, Tony. You'd have thought that Clonmore would have realised the need to keep their discipline there, especially whenever Annaghmore went down to 13.
And they've lost the advantage of a potentially scoreable free from Cormac Carmichael for a throw ball.
So we're back with the football now.
It's Rory Cunningham. Yeah, I can't understand that. Clonmore with an advantage of 2 men, and then the commit a rather
the red mist of championship football.
That's it. So it's Cormac Carmichael this time.
And that's more like it from
Yes.
Clonmore. That's exactly what they need.
And that's only their second point of the game. So 7 points to 2 Annaghmore lead with just over 20 minutes remaining. Now Brenton, will those sending offs have an impact, or is it just simply back to the situation from the 20th minute onwards where Annaghmore simply 1 man down?
Well, it'll be interesting to see, given the influence of the players that have been sent off, how they'll be missed in the remaining quarter of this game. See Annaghmore just warming up a substitute down below us here, and that's Paul Cullen. He was introduced in the semi-final as well, so he could be joining the action even shortly.
That was Matthew McNeish, the kick out into a very congested midfield, but Daniel McQuaid certainly must be well in contention for man of the match, fields the ball, but once again
indiscipline is incredible here at the moment, Tony. And the referee now is having the game's just deteriorating at the moment for sure, but let's see what happens with the referee here. Going to issue another card. It's a yellow this
yellow
time
for Daniel
McQuaid.
Surely both sidelines got to get to grips with this.
It's not helping Clonmore's cause any to be involved in the middle of this now at the moment. Annaghmore perhaps will be content that the time is ticking on, but it's not the way either of these clubs would want to win a championship.
No, particularly Annaghmore have been playing well. They fully deserve their lead, so the only thing lacking has been discipline, really.
The referee's putting the ball on the floor, and he's now going to have a word with some more of the players. This time Clonmore's number 13.
It's actually the 2 captains, and that's, I think, sensible. He probably just wants to try and get them to instill a bit of discipline in both their charges, Michael McQuaid and James Grimley. So sensible move, and let's hope his words are heeded.
Well, that seemed to be good work there from the referee, trying
just cooling things down. And
but their charges need to go back now and speak with their teams to ensure that that message can be transferred throughout. But it looks as though we're going to have a fantastic last quarter now with the increased energy that has brought to the game.
It's Martin Convoy there going in hard on Owen McCormick now.
And referee is being called to his linesman here, Desi McDonald.
Yeah,
and it's to allow the substitute to come in this time, I think.
Yeah, well, we're not seeing any sort of fluent play at all whatsoever. Unfortunately, it's just got niggly and fractious. But
substitute comes on, number 18 for Annaghmore entering the field, and that is Paul Cullen. 18 for 4.
Patrick McQuaid, I think Patrick came off. I think there was similar substitution made in the semi-final. Getting a rousing reception from the Annaghmore supporters. Patrick.
Great energy in the crowd now as well, Tony.
And that's fullback Stephen McConville. Looks like Shane Smith. Shane just used his experience here to go down for the free, but not a good pass, and it's Paul Hamill. Brenton Donaghy.
Free there now. Donaghy's going to take. What's he going to do with this? He launches it long.
That's for James Grimley, the captain.
Pass.
No, that will. Grimley finds the net.
What a fantastic
move, and that will certainly put the cat among the pigeons, reducing the Annaghmore lead from 5 points to 2.
What's happening now? Oh,
and no sooner does James Grimley score a goal, but he gets a yellow card, and just really hard to fathom what players think sometimes. You've scored a goal, you've brought your team back into the match.
James Grimley gets a yellow card there now.
It's Paul Cullen who's
number
on
18, Paul Cullen only on. He's going to get one too. But let's not take away from what was an absolutely amazing piece of play there, Tony.
It was.
Brenton Donny played a superb ball right from his own defence into the arms of James Grimley. And what did he do? He blasted that in, and he left no chance for the keeper there, Matthew Mickey.
And it's the first time Clonmore have got a sniff of the goal. James Grimley shows what they can do. So
the game's right back to the melting point now.
Only 2 points in it. And Annaghmore, don't forget, playing with a man short. 13 men as opposed to Clonmore's 14. So everything to play for now for both sides. And let's hope football wins the day.
Clonmore back on the attack as well.
And this is Conor McCann. The good covering, and Shane Smith back there, who undoubtedly will use his experience to. Stephen McConville out on the far side, making progress, and gets past 3 or 4 men, and Daniel McQuaid making himself available. This is going to go out to Paul Cullen, but it's a wayward pass.
Worked out okay on this occasion for the Annaghmore men.
Picked up by Matthew Willis. Willis feeds it to this near side. Pumped down, and first time Oisin McKeever's been on the ball in the second half. Will he get the much needed score for Annaghmore?
Oh, that's great work there by the rear guard for Clonmore, winning possession back.
Too many men for OC to negotiate.
Oh dear, there's been another stoppage here. There's been another incident. And what's going to happen this time? The spectacle of a championship final certainly.
Yeah, it's certainly been marred.
Called into question. Now let's see what happens here. Now there's going to be a bit of a discussion as the incident continues on the pitch, and an Annaghmore man remains down on the field.
But Brenton, you couldn't have foreseen this in the first half. It was played in a good spirit. Okay, Annaghmore, it wasn't even it was a two yellow card sending off. It wasn't for a malicious tackle or one malicious incident. So
local rivalries are funny things, Tony, and you just don't know what's going to happen in a game where there's local rivalries involved. Sometimes you can blow up. On this occasion, that's what's happened today. Some of them, Amir Ishka's almost getting involved there, getting a kick.
But it's John Grimley now for Clonmore. Up to James Grimley, the goal scorer, and cut out by Stephen McConville with one hand.
That was great work there by McConville.
But under pressure, and it's Paul Cullen, the substitute, who earns a respite.
And now John McCormick coming on for Annaghmore. Again, a player of county level, played at county minor level.
Yep, for Matthew Willis.
Just not making it into the Annaghmore starting lineup this season, but always with a scoring threat, and that's exactly what Annaghmore need now. They need to be stretching their 2-point advantage here. It's a very precarious lead.
He scored once in the second half, and that was in the first minute of the second half. Shane Smith's free, so against 1-1 scored by Clonmore.
It's low scoring. We've had more cards than we have scores in this half, Tony.
Yeah.
And we're into the final quarter.
So everything to play for. Annaghmore enjoying a 2-point advantage. Now who can produce the big finish here? And it's
touched on the ground, and Clonmore have it again. Their fans are on their feet there.
Oisin McKeever having to come far out to get possession.
Poor pass again.
Daniel
by
McQuaid
just at the wrong moment.
Fouled by Martin Convey. Again, Daniel McQuaid would be my ideas thus far of man of the match, Brenton. He's won a lot of ball there.
He's certainly been one of the star performers, but you know, here's a yellow card coming here whereby we had a bit of a fracas moments ago, and nobody got a card for that at all.
It looks like it's Owen McCormick this time, or Shane Smith, who hit one over from the same range in the first minute of the second half.
Martin Convey got the yellow there during that stoppage.
So Shane Smith, can he repeat his? No, he opts for a pass this time. Finds space, and that's the substitute, but just wide.
Wide on that occasion from Annaghmore. And look, was it Conor McCann there, number 15? Took that.
Was it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, and now a substitute coming on for Clonmore, and it's their number 23, and we just wait to see who that is. He's not registered in the programme. And play is called to a halt just to allow the substitution to be made here.
So it looks like a nerve-wracking last quarter in Prospect, Brenton, and again anybody's game at this seat.
It's Cathal Cunningham who's called ashore there for Clonmore men. Yes, indeed, it will. It's going to go to the wire here, Tony, and supporters of each club, wherever they're watching this game throughout the Armagh diaspora across the globe, we look forward to you enjoying the last few minutes here, and one team will be successful hopefully today, and the other will certainly be disappointed and look back at missed opportunities.
You're just wondering if it's going to be a repeat of last week's intermediate final, where one team had a fairly substantial lead but were turned over in the end.
But Annaghmore still with lots of possession.
Yeah. So Michael McConville, long ball forward, but
well watched there by
John Grimley.
Fry.
Again, John Grimley's had a good second half. Has intercepted a lot of dangerous moves by Annaghmore.
Well, that was well won back there by Annaghmore now. And get a free. It's a crucial time to get a free here.
Conor McCann. Now you would think this was certainly within either Owen McCormick's or Shane Smith's range, and they desperately need to score at this stage just to steady the ship.
It's been a number of minutes since Clonmore got their goal, and they haven't capitalised. They haven't built on that.
And it looks like it's Matthew McNeice going to do a bit of a Stephen Cluxton here, the goalkeeper. So Matthew McNeice, can he get his name on the score sheet, and more importantly increase Annaghmore's lead to 3? And I think every point's going to be crucial at this stage, Brendan.
It's certainly not going to be the high score stuff finals.
Just taking his time. Is that good enough? It certainly is. So Matthew McNeice gets his name on the score sheet and increases Annaghmore's lead to 5 points. Scoreline Annaghmore not 8. Clonmore 1-2.
Yeah, 3 point lead them, and you know, in all the mayhem that we've witnessed over this past 10-15 minutes, Matthew McNeice was the calmest player in the field there in terms of slotting that one between the posts.
That's exactly what you need. So
time for a
James
Clonmore
Fox
response again.
That was well caught.
Jamie McDonald there has been excellent for Annaghmore throughout the day. He's been catching some great balls back in the corner back berth.
Unlike his 4 brothers with Turnogue, maybe Jimmy will pick up a championship winners medal this week. So Annaghmore in the attack again
with John McCormick,
man with a famous name. Just respect to Michael McQuaid.
Clonmore hunting and packs in defence now at the moment.
Daniel McQuaid a wee bit short into the goalkeeper's hands. So you just wonder what the energy levels will be like here for Annaghmore. They've had to play since the 20th minute with a man down, Brenton. It could be sapping.
The adrenaline will still be going, and it's going to be a high ball like that might create the scoring opportunity.
Shane Smith of all people. But Annaghmore get away with it this time. So
Shane would have been nervous enough there knowing that there was a goal created out of a ball like that just moments ago. I wouldn't have liked him under that ball waiting for it to come in.
Conor McCann here turns well out of congestion, looking for Oisin McKeever, and Oisin McKeever gets it through the slip by Dominic McGowan, but fails to make.
Great block there. That could have been a critical score.
This is
and just
Cormac Carmichael in his own, with his own 50-yard line, having to come to scavenge for possession. This is going to be Paul Cullen.
Ball was well watched there by Cullen. He did enough to win possession. The first touch of
various players, like it was in the latter stages last week, Brenton, not ideal.
And we're well into the time for the second half. We're in the 23rd minute now of the second half.
Stephen McConville, who hasn't put too many feet wrong either, the Annaghmore fullback. Annaghmore keeping possession. Michael McQuaid, the captain, forced to go back.
Oh dear.
It'll be Paul Cullen. And Stephen McConville's short passing game, always nerve inducing, but McConville works it forward.
It's frenetic here, Tony. It's been frenetic play from both sides.
It's Michael McNeice. Michael McNeice missed a glorious goal opportunity in the first half, but not doing too much harm to date as Annaghmore still lead by 3. Well, that's Michael McNeice again.
Great interception there, and here's
dispossessed.
There's players in space here for Clonmore as they move forward.
Still Annaghmore got the numerical advantage at the back. It's James Grimley there, the goal scorer. James takes it back.
Momentum's all gone out of that attack,
ball,
but here's a long
two
against one there.
And well mopped up there, but again Annaghmore defence susceptible to the high ball all the time, Brenton.
Yes, and we can see James Fox, who started off in midfield, has been brought into the full forward line for Clonmore. They're So the possibility of playing a high ball in there.
Oisin
There's Oisin
McIver,
McKeever.
how they would do with a scoring impact from Oisin.
And they've got a free potential there for the score now.
Yeah. Oisin threatened to run riot in the early stages in the first half, but has been very tightly marked henceforth.
2 substitutes warming up for Annaghmore in the meantime. We've got number 21 Daniel McGilly and number 22
Daniel McCormick.
Daniel McCormick there.
Looks like John McCormick's going to have a shot at this one.
It's a man down for Annaghmore in the meantime.
So really, again, the impact of the goal and the sort of incentive you would expect it to give Clonmore hasn't materialised, Brenton.
No. That goal seemed to bring the game to a new level, but that's a fine score from
That's
John
a good
McCormick.
score. Again, at the crucial stages when they need them, Annaghmore able to come up with the scores. That's John McCormick. And that increases the lead to 4 points, not 9 to 1-2.
That could be a critical score, just given the fact Clonmore have only registered twice in this period, and we've only got 6 minutes to go.
Cool.
Time's just beginning to ebb away from the challenge.
With the
from
two
Clonmore.
substitutes on, 21-22, and looks like Michael McQuaid, the captain's going off.
And Owen McCormick has been called ashore as well.
Yeah. Both have made excellent contributions.
So fresh legs on the Annaghmore team, which is what you need. If you're down to 13, you're going to need extra legs in the final 10 minutes of a big championship
And
game.
there's bound to be a considerable period of additional time, Brenton, you would think, after the various stoppages.
We could be talking maybe 5 or 6 minutes, maybe more even, Tony. We'll leave that to the officials to sort out over the coming period of time.
That's John McCormick, who's made a big impact since he came on.
Certainly not someone that will shirk at the responsibility of an important free is
It's
John
Daniel
McCormick.
McGilly, the substitute. Back to Stephen McConnell, who's made himself available for passes at every area of the field. John McCormick. 22 is Daniel McCormick.
Oh, there's a chance here if they play the ball quick. Yes.
Oh, this is a good move into this Daniel McGilly. Number 5 again, Michael McNeice. His effort for a goal was thwarted in the first half, and again, perhaps just a little bit unfortunate that those chances are not falling to more instinctive scoring personnel among the forward line, Brenton.
The ball was bubbling about in there, Tony. You just didn't know where it was going to end up. But it has with 45 now.
Matthew McNeice again attempting to do a Stephen Cluxton with another vital score. Now this would put double scores between them, Brenton, if he's successful.
Again, another critical kick. We've had a couple of really important frees, one from Matthew and one from John McCormick. This one could be the most crucial of them all. It would open up a 5-point lead, and a 5-point lead at this stage is really, really, really valuable. Less than 4 minutes to go.
So he's sensibly just taking his time assessing the range. Oh, hits the
It's
post.
dangerously. Chance still
Again.
there for Annaghmore.
Oh,
Still in, still in. The
Conor
ball
McCann.
hasn't. Oh my word! What sort of a? That's a
that
rare
was a
challenge
rush
there.
challenge, to say the least, and that's simply handing a score to Annaghmore, Brenton.
It sure is, but it could be argued that the keeper, Stephen Donaghy, had his eye on the ball, and that's all he saw. He was that keen to get the ball, but he ended up
It looks like
impeding on the forward.
John McCormick here looks like with his opportunity to add his second score of the game, having come on as a substitute in the second half.
So the yellow cards are like confetti. That's another one issued this
I think
time
at the stage
to
it-
Stephen Donaghy.
Probably be better to chronicle those who haven't received yellow cards.
That's a real job for a statistician, but that's not. John McCormick puts that one over the bar.
That's a second contribution, 2 vital points since he was introduced as a substitute.
And
Now we have
Annaghmore-
2 substitutes for Clonmore.
But Annaghmore just at this stage edging towards a 4th junior title, and what a season that would be now on the back of getting promotion to the senior league.
And this is Brian and Joe Donaghy coming on, 21 and 19 respectively for Clonmore.
Well, straightforward for Clonmore now. It's about getting the ball upfield and trying to create a couple of goal scoring opportunities.
And again, McIver able to hold off the challenge, but
Using his
Dominic-
physicality well there.
Dominic McGill recovers well, and does he bring him down? No.
Oh, that's he got the ball away, and
And
that's
a vital
intelligent.
score. That's John McCormick again, so
No, that's Conor McCann actually.
Conor
Conor
McCann, is
McCann,
it?
that one. And that's the
Again,
first
6
time
point.
that Annaghmore have scored from play in this second period, which is really interesting. All the other balls have come from dead balls.
the 6-point lead, it looks like the Sean Quinn Cup is heading down of more. Brenton at this stage, bar some unforeseen transformation.
Well, we're going to need a couple of those long piercing balls from Brendan Donaghy then if anything's going to change. And just at the moment, I don't see that Clonmore have enough firepower to get themselves back in this game, but they've fought valiantly.
Yes, the goal might have been, James Grimley's goal might have been a launch pad, but I'm afraid Annaghmore have simply rallied and taken over. This is Ocean McIver.
He likes to try to take a shot.
Again, a more direct approach would probably pay better dividends there, but again, the ball's in the right half of the field as far as Annaghmore are concerned, and that's deep in the Clonmore half.
So Brendan Donaghy has it. He likes to play a short pass there.
Now Clonmore, you feel, would need a goal.
Oh, this is a piercing ball again. It's dropping nicely for Clonmore if they get it right. Might have a goal scoring opportunity here for Carmichael.
Carmichael's been kept very quiet, and that's his third point of the game, but really it's a wee bit too little too late, Brendan.
You could tell by the reaction of the crowd there, it was just a very tame reaction from the Clonmore faithful. They would have liked to have seen maybe Cormac go on and see if a goal scoring opportunity could have materialised for us.
So Annaghmore 11 scores to Clonmore's 4. Is that a fair reflection of the game, do you think?
I think it is in general. We said in the first half that Annaghmore were far superior in terms of their ability in the forward line, and whilst they mightn't have been just as effective in the second half, the 5 scores that they've got have paved enough leeway for them to go ahead and create this victory opportunity now.
Well, Carmichael just his fourth point of the game.
He's certainly going to try to eat my words now, because he's hit 2 there in a row, and all of a sudden it's back to a 4-point game.
Yeah, which is only 2 scores away.
But we're just about to enter injury time here.
Now it'll be interesting to see the amount of additional time, because there has been a couple of well-documented stoppages in the first half.
But you can tell if you look at the 2 benches at this stage, Tony, you can see where the impetus is. All the Annaghmore men are up on their feet. Clonmore sitting down. There's not just as much energy or drive out of their team. They're going to need another major score to try to make that happen.
And this is
no
Brendan
better man to
Donaghy
be in possession.
Rory Cunningham struggling on. That's James Grimley fouled, so this is going to be an opportunity to bring it back to 3 points and 1 score difference.
And all of a sudden Clonmore revitalised 3 scores in quick succession.
You just wonder why this sort of effort wasn't forthcoming 10 minutes ago. So Cormac Carmichael with a chance to add his 5th point of the game.
Surely he'll take his point here, Tony, as opposed to trying for a goal.
Yes, I think the point, and then it leaves just a goal required to level scores. He does indeed. So just a goal between them, Brenton. Annaghmore 11 points, Clonmore 1-5.
We're still waiting to see how long we're going to have injury time here.
Certainly far from over.
Hasn't been announced as yet.
2 minutes. So Matthew McNeice now vital for Annaghmore's sake to gain possession here.
The kick out comes out.
And it's Daniel McQuaid going up, but Brendan Donaghy just gets but fails to collect, and Annaghmore a chance to launch another attack.
Clonmore need to win, but that's
a
great ball and great out ball there. McKeever presents.
McKeever lets the ball. Again, McKeever, very disappointing end of the game. He had a storming start to the game, but not holding the ball well.
He's shown very well throughout. That unfortunate for him there, he didn't get that one in at a crucial time. But
that's Jamie MacDonald, perhaps learning from his brothers last week that Leeds need to maintain right to the end if you want to pick up a championship medal.
His brother Barry, of course, has an intermediate medal, and of course Ulster and All-Ireland under-21 medals in his back, so Jamie will be keen to
do that. So it's Michael McConville now with a free with a sideline ball for Annaghmore. Finds substitute Daniel McGilly.
But this is what Annaghmore need. They just want to keep possession at this stage of the game. Run the clock down.
Yeah. This is a strong run in here.
And fist pass from Navarro would be enough.
Yes. He gets the score, yes. That was a great run from Conor McCann.
Again, that's 2 pointed scores and 2 sensible approaches there.
Yeah, from acute angles coming in from either side, and those 2 are Conor's only scoring contributions. But
it's 13 aside now. And we have
Stephen Donaghy sent off the goalkeeper.
The rare incident of a goalkeeper being sent off in a championship final.
Yes, this game has certainly had everything. But the crucial thing is Annaghmore have got a 4-point lead as we're
play continues. Clonmore now have put one of their outfield players between the posts, and Annaghmore have a man down receiving treatment. So
with Brenton Donaghy in possession but struggling to get out of his own half, has to
And
go
there
circus,
goes
and there
the
goes the
whistle.
final whistle, and the Sean Quinn Cup is bound for Annaghmore on a scoreline of Annaghmore 12 points, Clonmore 1-5. Well, was that deserved, Brenton?
Annaghmore just had the greater class throughout the game. They made it difficult for themselves, going down to 14 and then 13 men, but they just seemed to have that greater energy, that greater ability in their forward line. A strong midfield platform from the two McQuaids, Michael and Daniel, and always looking for the outlet of Kieran McKeever. But it was a couple of players who maybe haven't had much notification during the campaign that actually came to the fore and got the important scores when it was needed.
Conor McCallum at the end.
Conor McCallum, those 2 points. John McConville coming off the bench with 2 frees. Matthew McNeese from the goalkeeper, and of course the first score of the second half from one of the elder statements of their side, and that of course being All-Ireland winner Shane Smith.
Yes, and the 2 red cards were a blow, but they didn't really suffer adversely at all. Was that due to sort of rearranging the resources, or was it due to Clonmore's inability really to take advantage of that?
Probably a bit of both. Annaghmore had a very structured game plan in terms of how they were going to defend, and they maintained that throughout. And if you can maintain a platform like that throughout, you're going to give yourself an ideal foundation in any championship final. So that discipline amongst the indiscipline actually proved vital at the end of the day.
Yes, and don't forget, next week we have Crossmaglen versus Cullyhanna in the Armagh Teamet Senior Football Championship final. But certainly Annaghmore have had a great season, Brenton. They've gained promotion to the Senior League and won the Junior Championship. You can't really ask for the 2 major competitions you enter and win both. You can't really ask for much more or succeed in both.
It's a fantastic season for Annaghmore and for their management team there. Desi McCormick, Paul McCulloch and Gavin McGilly have worked so hard over the season, and they've reaped the rewards of that work now, and they're looking forward. And there's going to be a queer party around Annaghmore direction tonight. You can see it's already started there in the middle of the park with the players singing loudly, but the presentation will soon be occurring. And of course, sorry Brenton, this is not the end of the season for Annaghmore. They have a trip to Kingspan Breffni Park to look forward to meet the Cavan Junior champions. Now last year Portmore won the Armagh Junior Championship and went all the way to the All-Ireland semi-final. Can Annaghmore do the same? Can't see why not. Can't see why Annaghmore can't have a run. Whether they suffer any suspensions at the end of today, that'll obviously be reviewed. But they've certainly got a good platform there, and they've got a good forward line midfield. And I would reckon they have a great opportunity to proceed and do well. And I was particularly impressed with the likes of Jamie McDonald there in cornerback today. I was very impressed with him. Shane Smith adds a lot of stability to the team and a bit of drive going forward in the second period there as well.
Again, a good spine down the team from Matthew McNeese through Stephen McConville, who always seemed to make himself available for the pass and various sectors of the field. Shane Smith, as you say, very strong midfield with the brothers McQuaids, Michael and Daniel, and Owen McCormick and Oisin McIver. Good target men, good men available to take scores, etc.
Yeah, the classiest bit of play though in the game was the Clonmore goal, and we have to pay tribute to Clonmore and their efforts today. That goal, tremendous long ball from his own half by Brenton Donaghy, pinpoint pass in towards James Grimley, and an excellent finish. But we're now going to go down for the presentation down below us.
Cup to be presented.
We're just waiting for the team to come over, so that was just a call.
Yeah.
The call across. So we'll continue to talk if that's what's required. Indeed, we're getting the signal there, Tony. So we may keep going. But who out of the Clonmore team, who have valiantly done excellent to get to this final this year? Who impressed you?
I think James Grimley was all over the field and he scored that goal. He never gave up. Brenton Donaghy, obviously. Being a county player, he was always going to be in for special attention from the Annaghmore players. He battled to the end. Carmichael got 5 points, so certainly didn't disgrace themselves at all.
No. It's the second time in 3 years, though, Clonmore are on the end of a defeat in the Junior Football Championship final. But I'm sure they'll wish their Annaghmore neighbours very, very well come the Ulster Championship. Haven't had a run themselves. Whenever they won their only Armagh Junior title in 2005, they went all the way to the Ulster final.
Well, let's hope that's a precedent and a good omen for Annaghmore. We want to see all Armagh clubs doing well in Ulster. And as I said, as we said before the game, both these clubs combine with the likes of College Land at underage level. So a lot of these players in both teams, they would have been teammates at underage. And I'm sure the Clonmore players will be sorely disappointed not to have won. They will, when the dust settles, they will congratulate their former teammates and neighbours.
It's great to see a bit of joy for the McDonald family this week. I'm just looking at on the pitch there, and I can see Jamie McDonald giving his mother and his father hugs there, and there's plenty of the family coming across and congratulating him, who would have been very disappointed on this very field this time last week. So it's great to see that happening. But Annaghmore, even though they've won the trophy, they don't seem in any great hurry just to come across here and receive the Sean Quinn Perpetual Cup for the fourth time in their history. Well, haven't won it previously in 1970, 89 and 03. 10 years ago. 10
years is a long time, Brenton, and I see, unlike Croke Park here, the pitch invasions haven't been done away with, so nice to see them savouring the moment and making the most of it.
And here we go now with the presentation.
Paul Duggan, Armagh County Board Chairman, will present the Sean Quinn Memorial Cup to the winning captain of the Annaghmore team. Sean Quinn played for Wolf Tones and Derrymacash and was captain of the Armagh team in the 1953 All-Ireland final against Kerry. Brunheath Paul O'Duggan and Ish, Cornpicnic and Keanu Quinn, our captain Piercy Annaghmore, Micheál Mac.
It's more and privilege due you, Mark Hirley Cushta Kunde, on Curran Sean O'Kin, a hard done captain, we hope. Just before I do make this presentation to Michael, I want to say a couple of words. First of all, I want to thank our sponsor Teamet. I want to thank our referee Henry, his linesmen, and our officials for officiating at the game. I want to thank all our stewards who are here weekly, our gate men, and all those who facilitated making today's game possible. Sean has talked about the great Sean O'Kin from Wolf Tones, and I must say it gives me great pleasure to hand this Sean O'Kin Cup over to my past pupil.
Firstly, armagh-gaa, it's more an honour doing Corn, Annaghmore and son, na Pierce Annaghmore. Thanks, Ashley. And I have a few people here to thank. Firstly, the crowd here today, the supporters who stuck to us through and thin, through the defeats from last year and all the away matches all year. This year's today is for all you, all the supporters out there today, so thank you. I'd also like to thank our committee and all the background team around the club, the Jim McGillies and Warnie Wilsons, people like that. Without them, we wouldn't have the preparation or the training we've had this year. But there's 3 people in particular who this trophy is dedicated to today. The first man who, I don't think people realise how good our training is and how quality of standard is, because he's one of our own guys. But I think if he was in our club, he'd be one of the top coaches in Ulster, if not Ireland. So put it together for Coach Boom, Gavin McGilly. And we know order. The second man, he's the guy who makes us click. And it doesn't matter if it's the best game in your life, you still say he played shite. But that's the way you love him. Put it together for Paul McCullough. And then the third, but not the last person. This guy took the club over to get pride and passion back in Annaghmore, New Jersey. And I think as we all realise, if he's watched any game this year, he's certainly done that. He eats, breathes and sleeps Annaghmore football. So we just put it together for the king of all-nighters, Dessie McCormick. And lastly, all year if they told me one team who we could have got in the first round of the second round, we were always worried of Clonmore. We always knew they were our rivals and we had nothing but respect for them, but we knew that was the one game who was going to be the stumbling block for us. And even the past 2 weeks, we've never been as nervous going into the match. So I don't like saying 3 tips because I know it's like when I was second last year. So I'd like to put a round of applause here for Clonmore for the sporting team. And we'll see us all in the club for tea and sandwiches later on.
What a game we've had here in the Junior Championship final. I'm delighted to be joined by, I'm sure, hugely relieved and an ecstatic Annaghmore Pearse's manager, Dessie McCormick. Dessie, what's your reaction to what's just transpired today?
Well, listen, it's been a long road from last year's final, and all we had on our mind this year was to get back till here, and that's what we've done. And now that we've won it, it's a big relief for everybody concerned. A big relief.
And the lads showed great character throughout the match, didn't they? Particularly things were going against them at one stage.
No doubt. Listen, I don't know, many times things started to sway and fro. I don't know what was happening at times there, so it was very frantic, but we gathered ourselves again and tried to make the matchups right whenever the man sent off, and I think it stemmed the tide a wee bit. The fact that they couldn't really score an awful lot was a big thing for us. As long as we could hold our lead, we had a half a chance of winning, you know.
And you must the defence was absolutely heroic there, wasn't it? I mean, restricted Clonmore to, I think it was 2 points, well through the match.
Yeah, well listen, I suppose all teams are built on the defence, and we work really, really hard in it with everybody, but in particular the defence on man marking, and I think we played the sweeper well today too, which left Clonmore kind of had to try and run through us, and that's always hard when you're chasing the lead, you know.
And ready for senior football next year, Dessie?
Well, whether we're ready or not, listen, we'll celebrate tonight, and we'll take it and give it a crack anyhow. We're not going to shy away from it. That's the way I'll put it.
Congratulations to Dessie McCormick, manager of the Annaghmore Pearse's team. Well done, Dessie.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
And we're now joined by Mickey McQuaid, the captain of the Annaghmore Pearse's side. And Mickey, what did you make of that?
It was a wee bit touch and go towards the end. I suppose we knew it was always going to be a ding dust playing our local rivals. Any time we played them, it's always been like that, and it was getting maybe a bit close to the wire towards the end. But I don't really care. Thank God, we got the win, and we've got the result we've been looking for all year. Thankfully.
Tell us, Mickey, with that point in the first half, from how far was it exactly? Do you think?
It was from around 50, but and the wind was coming against me. But I just thought I'd give it a last, and thankfully it worked out. But no, only one shot at a game I allowed, so thankfully it went over.
And the lads had to show a lot of character, didn't they, throughout the match?
Oh, I know they definitely did. We went. I think I only realised we were 2 men down on stage, but no, it was extremely hard going there. A lot of tracking back and chasing guys, and just thankfully the guys up front did it first, and thankfully we just got the result, as I said at the end. Thank you.
I must say, Mickey, now for a man who's just played 60 minutes of championship football, there's not a hair to place in your head. You know, you look like a man who's just been out for a Sunday stroll.
I will the same more way, but the night out after the match itself, but that's all lies. But no, and by the way, I hope you get the result you deserve next Sunday as well too. We'll be here cheering you on.
Well, we'll worry about next Sunday next week. But have you word for your teammates and managers just to wrap it up?
Yeah, well, I think as I was mentioning up there, this year is dedicated towards our three managers: Gavin McGilly, Paul McCullough, and Dazzy McCormick. These guys, I suppose, Clonmore beat us here by maybe 12 points 2 years ago, and the club was at an all-time low, and they wanted to bring it back up. And I think you'll all agree that's what's happened today. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mickey, from everybody at Armagh TV.
Thank you very much. See you.
And so that's so here we are on Armagh TV, and what a fantastic game we've had. Annaghmore deserving winners in the end against very much a battle, and I mean that probably in every sense of the word, against Clonmore, against their neighbours and rivals. And you know, in the end, I don't think that anybody could doubt that, but that the best team have won, and Annaghmore Pierces are the Teamet Junior Champions for 2012. And of course, we've had the intermediate final last week. Madden the victors. We had Annaghmore winning today, and of course the only championship, the only champions we still have to crown here on Armagh TV in 2013 are the senior champions. And of course we have the perennial victors in Armagh, Crossmaglen Rangers. They'll be played next week at a 5:30 throw-in against a little team called St Patrick's Cullyhanna, who had a momentous victory over Ballymacnab last weekend. And Cullyhanna will be playing in their first ever senior championship final in 125 years of their existence. So that's something to look forward to at 5 p.m. on Armagh TV next weekend. And of course at 3:30 we'll have the minor championship final, something to thoroughly look forward to, between Killeavy and Silverbridge, and certainly that'll be a hotly contested encounter, no doubt. So I think that's just about all we have from Armagh TV, and what's been another very exciting match. So a final word just to say congratulations to Dorneen Blues, who won the Division 3 Minor Championship. Congratulations also to Annaghmore Pierces, who've been crowned Junior Champions. Commiserations to Mahari and Clonmore. Agus so Talavish Ardwaha, Slán a Hiorja.